All right, we are back, family. We had a few technical issues to work out, so sorry about the delay. We have the Mob Squad and the Municipal Raiders, 8U. We got teams out of Nashville and Mobile playing right now. Mob Squad on defense. And it is 4th down. So I say that to say, well, you hadn't missed much. But some things happen, just like anything else. Sometimes you got to fix it to get it going again and get some information straightened out along the way, and that's part of it. And that's why we do what we do. We're Moxie Media Productions. We're glad to be with you, along with CWA Athletics. CW Athletics. And we're glad to be with you today, so make sure you hit that like, the thumbs up, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure you share as well. So this should be interesting. Two teams playing through the tournament. Obviously not two teams that see each other with season to season, being from Mobile and Nashville respectively. But this should be interesting, given that it's 4th and 12, and that the Raiders are going for it. So they make a substitution. Number 10 comes in. Looks out for the blocker. Number 1 tries to go off tackle, and that is shut down immediately at the 39-yard line. And at this point, the Mob Squad will take possession. That is quite the gamble by the Raiders. I have to admit that I'm surprised by that one myself, but hey, here we are. So the Raiders in the black and silver, just like the Raiders we know and love of Oakland fame from the old AFL and into the NFL days. Mob Squad wearing the gray, orange, and green stripes. And they gave them a first down, so maybe I missed something there. Like I said, we got off to a bit of a quirky start. And following the down and distance markers. So the mob again wearing the orange and gray. Raiders wearing black and silver. And I'm looking at the big man for the Mob Squad. I'm looking at that line, and I'm telling you, I don't want to fight any of those kids over last piece of cake. I can tell you that. Those are some healthy kids out there on that field. All right, so now that we got all this straightened out and got the sock drawer in order, we got trips to the right for the Raiders, and they're going to put it in the air. Looks to his right, puts it up, has the open man, and it's nearly picked off by number 7 of the Mob Squad. He was in position. And you can see him smiling, knowing just how close he was. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Municipal Raiders. The ball is at the 42-yard line. And I'm looking at that nickname on the back of the Raiders. They call themselves the Box Office Boys. I guess they're trying to say they're the show. We're going to find out in this tournament for sure. So number 4 is looking at his wristband. Looking at the plays. We got 3 wide, 2 high, 1 down low. Shotgun formation. Has the extra blocker back there. Gets rid of it, and he has a man right in his hands. number for the intended receiver, and it is going to fall incomplete, and that will bring up 4th down. So the ball is at the 42. Coach has got a decision to make. And looks like they're going to punt this one. So this will put the ball right around the 29-yard line. And we're going to find out what the boys from Nashville are bringing to Birmingham this afternoon. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. And I got to tell you, one of the fun stories I've heard with these boys is feeding them. They said, you know, we bought some pizzas, and each of them ate about 7 slices apiece, and said, we might leave you all the box to the parents involved. Nothing like a group of hungry boys. Ball comes loose on the snap, and the Raiders get right on top of it. Double aught of the Raiders down there in the bottom of the scrum. And number 10, that's the one wearing the X. There's the handoff to 5. That's the V. So for those of you who didn't study Roman numerals in school, that's what we got going on there. You'll also see an L out there. There's your 50. You got to love the whole Roman numeral thing. At least it lets you know that the kids are smarter than we are led to believe because they're wearing Roman numerals. So not much happening on the first 2 right there. There's some miscommunication. He is looking for someone to hand it off to, and everyone just kind of goes around him. That's going to bring up 4th down. Don't know what happened there. Definitely a breakdown in communication as to what was supposed to happen on that play. And I'm looking at the down and distance mark, and I see a 4. And I'm like, okay. You're at your own 35-yard line. And now there's that whistle. Okay. Okay. I was about to say, what are we about to see here? So with the walk-off punt, it'll go to the 35-yard line of the Raiders. 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Neither team getting on the board. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media, better known as the voice of the Clay Chalkville Cougars. Wanted to say thank you for being with us this afternoon. Make sure you share and hit that like and ring that bell on Facebook, YouTube. CW Athletics certainly thanks you for your participation in watching these boys here at the Magic City Smoke Tournament from beautiful Birmingham, Alabama, and Carver High School Stadium. So at the 35-yard line, 3 men in the backfield, pistol formation. And not a whole lot happening right there. Trying to attack the core of the Mobb defense. And that'll do it for the first quarter. We are scoreless. We're going to be right back in just a few. All right, after the first few games we've had where we have seen some one-sided fireworks, this is the first game of the day where, both teams are kind of just shoving each other around and we don't have any scores. So now we've got some defense, but I got a feeling something's going to give. Exactly what, we don't know. Plays a little slow to develop. Number 8, the ball carrier, goes around to his right, stays on his feet, bouncing off of a tackle, and he's going to go out of bounds at about that 49-yard line. There's a flag on the field somewhere. We got an injured Mobb Squad player. Number 12 looking to check on his teammate. So we'll be right back after the injury timeout.
Hey everybody, I am Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars, here with head coach Stuart Floyd and Landon Maynard of Walk On Sports Bistro here in Trussville, Alabama. We want to announce something super exciting. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Floyd to let you know exactly what that is.
Yeah, we want to announce our brand new coaches show that will be filmed every Tuesday night live here at Walk On in Trussville.
And we're going to be discussing the game, the players, exciting plays, and the season outlook and the goings-on in 6A R6 and all the happenings of your defending state champion Chalkville Cougars.
Us here at Walk On Trussville, very excited about this coaching show and being a part of the Clay team. So we want to offer a 15% off discount on food to all of Cougar Nation. Just make sure to wear your Cougar colors.
All right, we are back. And the Raiders are finding us a little bit of room there up the middle. Now, the previous penalty had brought them back. Around the 30-yard line, and now it is third down and about 7. So the Raiders out of Mobile are looking to keep the sticks moving. We've seen a lot of big plays today. Yet to see one break one, and I could be wrong. Number 4, the ball carrier, going off tackle, following his blockers nicely, gets to the 50-yard line and gets a fresh set of downs for the Raiders. That is a textbook running play right there. So we have a timeout on the field, 6:20 remaining in the first half of play. We'll be right back after this timeout. All right, fans, we are back. The Raiders still sorting out what they want to do next. The Mobb squad out of Nashville, taking some time to discuss how to deal with the Raiders. They're finding some success on the ground, the Raiders are. And so what you don't want is for them to get momentum, so sometimes you take a timeout to kind of slow that down and kind of reset. One of the things that I've noticed today, that there's a lot of what I would call, you have yak as a yard after the catch, but you also have yak as yards after contact. And there's been a lot of yards after contact. Now, I promise you the coaches are having that discussion. And you want to make that first hit count. There's a flag, and I got to admit, even I was fooled on that one. That was a nice play. I thought that was going off tackle to the left, and it is a face mask. And there are multiple varieties. Let's see which one this is, and that's the big one. So that's the 15-yarder. So that will net a fresh set of downs for the Raiders and put that ball at the 35-yard line. And those are the kind of penalties you don't want to get, especially with a team that's been able to move the ball on the ground, as the Raiders have demonstrated. So you definitely have to be careful there. They go right up the middle. Number 4, and they're going off tackle a little. Well, I'll say go off the middle, but then they shift to the left. So they're attacking the same way, and number 4 was the same run you saw a few plays ago. They are hitting those gaps and working the left side, or I should say the right-hand side of the defense. So number 5 out there, along with 24, and they're going to swap positions. And I was looking that way and notice that. Let's see how they flow with the play. Big difference that time. Number 24 reading and reacting nicely to the ball carrier. So the adjustment pays off on this play. And as far as the Raiders go, with it being on that left hash mark, it's a little tougher attacking in that direction. So let's see what they call next. And sometimes as a defense, you kind of want to lead them where you want them. And we'll find out if this is that case. And that is a beefy line there. I'm looking at big 99 right there. And they call themselves the box office boys. And he looks like he is the whole box office. Nothing wrong with that, because that kid's going to play somewhere if he keeps grinding it out and working on his skills. Low snap. Quarterback has to get on top of it. And the Mobb squad answers the bell and like, I don't think so. That is number 26, or for you guys watching out there, XXVI. And that ball is now at the 24-yard line. So the sticks is showing third down. And the one thing I'll say about the Raiders, they are rotating players in and out and changing plays and changing the looks, trying to keep the defense off balance. They're eating up a ton of clock as well. And that may be the secret sauce to this game, is that whoever gets on the board first, you just don't leave them time to develop anything. Number 9 with the carry, and he's hitting the accelerator, rolling around to his right before he is dragged out of bounds by number 10. Let's see where they're going to put him out of bounds at. That looks like 17. And that is exactly where that is placed on the hash mark. So now we're looking at fourth down and about 3 yards. And this is absolutely a case where you go for it. And they're going to all get together to discuss it. Now coming in, bringing up the end of that is number 4. So we'll see what message was sent in by the coach. Quarterback looks over to the sideline, looks at his backfield. Got 3 men back there. Bunch formation. Boom! Number 24 gets in there and shuts it down. So that adjustment paid for itself. So there you have it. And the ball is going to be turned over on downs. Now here's the flip side to all of that. The Mobb squad is deep in their own territory. Are the Raiders simply just going to blitz? We're about to find out. As there is 51 seconds remaining. So whatever happens, the Mobb squad's got to get down the field in a hurry to try to make something count on this drive. And something went wrong. And the Raiders are going to take a timeout. We'll be right back. This could be interesting. All right, fans, we're still in the timeout. Moxie Media Productions, in conjunction with CW Athletics wants to thank you for your patronage in watching today's contest. Be sure to share, hit that like button, ring that bell. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media, better known as the voice of the Clay Chalkville Cougars, your 6A state champion Clay Chalkville Cougars, I might add. So we thank you for being with us today. So we've got a situation where we're under a minute, about 45 seconds remaining in the first half. The Mobb squad and the Raiders have been basically playing tit for tat defensive-wise. The Raiders putting together a nice drive, but Mobb squad tightening the rope and cutting off the path to the end zone. And number 5 tries to run it and has nowhere to go and is actually going to lose yardage. He's going to be inside the 15. We'll see where they spot it. And they're going to put him at the 14-yard line. So that'll bring up second down. And that is a loss of about 4 yards on the play. So we'll call that second and 14. Clock stopped with 34 seconds remaining. Mobb squad riding in all the way from Nashville, Tennessee to play in the Magic City Smoke Tournament. And the Raiders themselves, the Municipal Raiders, are from Mobile, Alabama. This time they go off tackle to their left. Not a whole lot happening there. They'll get to maybe the 18-yard line, if not being at the 17. So there's 27 seconds remaining. And there's another timeout taken. So it seems to me that the Raiders are trying to make sure that if they can get them to a fourth down, that they have an opportunity to get the ball back. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing here. And there's the punt. So they got to do the 10-second runoff. And like I said, this could be interesting because somebody's wanting to try to do something before the half. And I actually applaud the coach. I mean, that's a smart move. If you got a chance to get an extra play, you take it. So the countdown clock is being adjusted. And they take it down to 15 seconds. Now, I believe that should be 17 seconds. And well, I mean, if the coach don't catch it, he's got to say something about it. So let's see what happens here. And officials will tell you, Coach, you got to watch that clock. So we've got 3 wide, single man in the backfield, so you know where this is going. This is pretty much self-explanatory at this point. Puts it up in the air, and it is. No, it is not picked off. It is dropped. Number 24 jumps the route. And 8 seconds remain on the clock. You know, the question is, would these 2 seconds make a difference? I don't know. So we'll see what's going to happen here. So they're having a little bit of a discussion on the field. You got two receivers high to the right of the Raiders. 2 men in the backfield. Extra blockers. And if pass is incomplete. So we're 4 seconds remaining. And there is a flag on the field. I think there was a false start. And looks like they're just going to run it off. And just call it for halftime. So here we are, 0-0. We got ourselves a defensive battle this time. Fans, we'll be back in just a little bit. Thank you for hanging in there with us here at Moxie Media and CW Athletics. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, I am Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars, here with head coach Stuart Floyd and Landon Maynard of Walk On Sports Bistro here in Trussville, Alabama. We want to announce something super exciting. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Floyd to let you know exactly what that is.
Yeah, we want to announce our brand new coaches show that will be filmed every Tuesday night live here at Walk Ons in Trussville.
And we're going to be discussing the game, the players, exciting plays, and the season outlook and the goings-on in 6A R6 and all the happenings of your defending state champion Clay Chalkville Cougars.
Us here at Walk-Ons Trussville, very excited about this coaching show and being a part of the Clay team. So we want to offer a 15% off discount on food to all of Cougar Nation. Just make sure to wear your Cougar colors. Tell the server about you supporting Clay, and we'll be sure to give you that discount.
Yeah, so come join us every Tuesday night for the Big Clay Coaches Show live here at Walk-Ons in Trussville. And as always,
go Cougars! Hey everybody, I am Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars, here with head coach Stuart Floyd and Landon Maynard of Walk On Sports Bistro here in Trussville, Alabama. We want to announce something super exciting. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Floyd to let you know exactly what that is.
Yeah, we want to announce our brand new coaches show that will be filmed every Tuesday night live here at Walk Ons in Trussville.
And we're going to be discussing the game, the players, exciting plays, and the season outlook and the goings-on in 6A R6 and all the happenings of your defending state champion Clay Chalkville Cougars.
Us here at Walk On Trussville, very excited about this coaching show and being a part of the Clay team. So we want to offer a 15% off discount on food to all of Cougar Nation. Just make sure to wear your Cougar colors. Tell the server about you supporting Clay, and we'll be sure to give you that discount.
Yeah, so come join us every Tuesday night for the Big Clay Coaches Show live here at Walk Ons in Trussville. And as always,
go Cougar! Hey everybody, I am Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars, here with head coach Stuart Floyd and Landon Maynard of Walk On Sports Bistro here in Trussville, Alabama. We want to announce something super exciting. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Floyd to let you know exactly what that is.
Yeah, we want to announce our brand new coaches show that will be filmed every Tuesday night live here at Walk Ons in Trussville.
And we're going to be discussing the game, the players, exciting plays, and the season outlook and the goings-on in 6A R6 and all the happenings of your defending state champion Clay Chalkville Cougars.
Us here at Walk On Trussville, very excited about this coaching show and being a part of the Clay team. So we want to offer a 15% off discount on food to all of Cougar Nation. Just make sure to wear your Cougar colors. Tell the server about you supporting Clay, and we'll be sure to give you that discount.
Yeah, so come join us every Tuesday night for the Big Clay Coaches Show live here at Walk Ons in Trussville. And as always,
go Cougar!
All right, fans, we are back live, coming in from halftime. We have had basically a slobber knocker from a defensive standpoint, but not a whole lot happening offensively. So if you were looking for fireworks, you got the wrong game, and that's all right. Hold on, looks like they may have got off to an early start here because they didn't get the clock reset. So we want to make sure that everybody's on the same sheet of music. So the official is signaling the booth, and there's no one here operating the clock. So we're waiting for the clock operator, I believe. So they're looking for the clock operator. You're going to have to keep the clock on the field because they're going to get started. They're not going to wait. So there comes the Mobb with a good run, and there's going to break a tackle. He's going to get across to the 47-yard line just about. And coach is letting him know, hey, when you get a hold of him, you got to hold on to him. So that ball is going to be spotted at the 46. So the Mobb squad come out running to their right, get a nice one, and this time they're going to take off to his left, turn back inside, gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That one's going to gain 5 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 5. Mobb squad coming out to start the second half. Getting those positive yards. This time, number 5 tries to find some room, and he's going to run into a sea of silver. And some yardage is going to be lost on the play. There is a flag. And got a personal foul against the Mobb squad. Personal foul. And it looks like they got a little rough out there, so there's 15 yards. I bet they wish they hadn't lost. And you can hear the players protesting, and I mean they protested with the official all the way down. And here comes the coach wanting to know what happened. So coach is upset, and rightfully so. Players are upset. They were across the 50 and now find themselves back at their own 35. But we're waiting for the whistle to signal the play is restarting. He gives a hand motion. There it is. And the Raiders read that one like a book all day long. So nothing happening on that play, loss of yardage. And so clock showing, and I'm saying the field clock is showing 6:01. Now, if you're watching us, you'll still notice our game clock is ahead because we started ours basically with the start of play. So the field clock does not match our clock on broadcast. So we'll have to find out what the official clock is between the field and the game. The officials have the actual clock. So somebody will have to get that and to get that straightened out, because if you see that on camera, you're probably wondering, hey, you know, what gives? So the Mobb squad ends up having to punt. Penalties push them back. And there is another whistle.
Come on, 5, 4, 3,
Delay of game.
9, 8.
And we have had a penalty-filled last few minutes.
We gotta go look for money.
Neither team has scored. Number 1, the ball carrier. Number 5 of the Mobb squad bringing the Raider player down. And this is just a case of, it seems like the immovable force meeting the irresistible object. So I'm not sure if it's a matter of when, I guess, so much more as maybe an if. One of these teams are going to score. And time will do one thing. It will demonstrate who has the better physical conditioning and who's going to get worn down. Now, the one thing I haven't seen out of any of these players, you don't see hands on the hips. You don't see anybody just looking tired. They're just getting ready for the next play. Number 1, the ball carrier, goes off to his left. And he's going to get tangled up just across the 40-yard line. Number 24 will get credit for that tackle. And there's a flag on the field. The Mobb squad is clapping. Looks like holding. That's a spot foul. 10 yards. There it is. So both of these teams not being able to get out of their own way. We're under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And I mean, they made it this far in the tournament. So this is definitely a telltale sign of just how good they are. And here comes the sack by the Mobb squad. That's number 26 along with number 7. And I think that might have been 99 getting back in there as well. And if that's a big 00, I can't tell, but either way, that's a lot of kid. Huge loss of yardage on the play. And it is going to be 3rd and forever. If you get down to brass tacks, because that is more than 30 yards on this 3rd down that the Raiders would need to get a first. And yeah, you absolutely don't have a choice but to pass it at this point. So you got 4 wide. got a flag. And they're taking a long time to get this thing going. Now, look at this formation. You've got the center, and you've got Ford to his left. Unusual. And that didn't fool a soul. And that's going to bring up 4th down. So I guess the captain obvious of the week is that they're going to punt it. Unfortunately, though, that ball is only going to go halfway, and it's going to be at the 50-yard line. So technically a short field. For the Mobb squad, and we're at 2 minutes remaining in the third. So the Mobb squad has the ball at the 50-yard line. Now here's some signs. Number 21 shaking out his leg. And here we go once again. Number 1 of the Raiders with the tackle, and coach gets right after him about how he ran the ball. So number 10, the ball carrier. And they're going to give him forward progress. That ball's going to remain at the 50. Number 5, the ball carrier goes up the middle, breaks free. Now we're going to have our first score of the game, and the Mobb squad gets on the board first. We're going to go to a replay, and he rips a seam through the middle of the Municipal Raiders defense to break open the ice and get a score on the board. Number 5 of the Mobb squad finds the daylight and runs to it. And so, as I said earlier, I'm not sure if it was a matter of when versus the if. Well, that's been answered. And no good on the conversion. So after all that, the boys from Nashville, Tennessee get on the board first. Now let's see what the Municipal Raiders can bring. They are very much capable of answering back. And I guarantee you, If they were getting bored or everybody was kind of wondering, they're awake now for sure. A big play will certainly do that and snatch a team out of a dream and into reality. And this is where you find out what they're made of with 1:15 remaining in the third quarter. We're going to be right back and go to a quick commercial. Thank you for hanging in there with us. We'll be back in just a sec. All right, we are back. Number 5 of the Mobb squad rips one through the heart of the Municipal Raiders defense to get them on the board first. And look at this. Are we looking at an answer back that fast? Number 4 cuts him back inside before he is caught. So number 3 has to run him down. And that ball goes to the 34-yard line inside Mobb squad territory. Remember what I said about waking up another team, and now we have it, and they're going, there we go, another nice run, and he's still on his feet. Getting inside the 30-yard line. And that ball is going to go to the 28-yard line. That's where it's spotted. And the Raiders jump right back. So they're wanting to keep up the pace, not wanting to lose any momentum. Number 2 gives the signal to the players. There they go, and he cuts it back inside. But not much happening there. It slows down, and he's going to get to the 26-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and short. Need about 2 yards to keep the sticks moving. And that is the end of the third quarter. The Mobb squad gets on the board first. The Raiders are driving. We'll be right back. We are back. The third quarter, the second half of the third quarter anyway, proved to be exciting as the Mobb squad found a seam in the heart of the Raiders. Defense took advantage of it and got on the board first, but were not able to convert. That may come back to haunt them as the Raiders are driving down the field right now. And I mean, they are getting chunks of yards, and they're going to move the sticks. And that's going to be a first down. They are grinding on the Mobb squad. That ball is going to be spotted at the 23-yard line. And I would surmise that the Municipal Raiders probably like it that way. Because the more you pound on a defense, the more tired they're going to get. And got to remember, some of these kids are playing both ways. The advantage always lies with the offense, because the defense has to react. The offense does not. There's another handoff. Number 4 finds enough room, gives a stiff arm, lowers the shoulder, and he's going to get to about the 17-yard line. Solid gain on the play of about 5 yards, make that 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Raiders. The Raiders steadily eating up real estate, working their way towards the end zone. Number 4 gets the call once again, but there's no gain on the play. We'll see where the spot is. Okay, that's no loss of yardage. You better believe that the Mobb squad has number 4's number when they see him back there. I would say that the Raiders might want to mix it up a bit. Let's see what they do. Nope, they go right back to the well. No, they don't. Had me fooled. Had me fooled. Number two of the Raiders gets the score. Let's watch this. I was even tracking number 4. Look at that fake right there. Beautiful job. Rolls it back to his left and takes off with it. Had the whole defense looking at it. I'd give that kid the Steve DeBerg Award for play fakes. And if you don't know who that is, you're not as old as I am. So here we go with the conversion. This right here could be the difference in the ball game. Remember, the Mobb squad was unable to convert. Here we go in the give. Nope. Wow. Well, can't say I'm surprised at the results of that. So now we're basically at nothing, even though the score is 6-6. So we'll see how this happens. Mobb squad with a big play getting on the board. Municipal Raiders drive it down the field, eating yard after yard after yard, and come up with a beautiful misdirection play to get the score. So let's see what happens here as this quarter progresses. This is going to be interesting, and that play is going to be blown dead. So let's see what that call is, and they're counting players. We may have an illegal substitution call. So the officials wave that one off. Number 10 tries to find room. He gets to the 40-yard line. And that should be enough to make the sticks move. And they do. So it's a first down for the Mobb squad. That one's going to be blown dead. False start against the Mobb squad. That cost them 5. So it'll be first and 10 from the 35-yard line. Pardon me, first and 15. So the squad gets their signal from the sideline. Number 24 is going to get stacked up, and the ball comes loose, and it is not rolling in the right direction. It is recovered at the 20-yard line. My, oh my. And as a result of that play, it is going to be 2nd and 30 for the Mobb squad. Don't know how they're going to get out of this one. They're playing it conservative, go straight up the middle. Number 10, the ball carrier. So it's going to be 3rd and 29 for the Mobb squad. And they're wanting to pass it. You can tell the players are saying, talking about, hey, over the top. They're waiting for a signal from the coaches. They take it outside. He has the blockers. He stumbles. He hits the accelerator. He's still going. Is he going to have enough to get the first? He's going to be about 2 yards short of a first. He gets the chunks he needs. That ball is at the 48-yard line. 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. You know they're going to go for it. This could be interesting. And we got motion up front. They did. They jumped. It looked to me like the Raiders jumped. And it's going to be on the Mobb squad. They're going to get the false start call. I'm not there down on the field, so they see what I can't. So 7 yards needed for a fresh set of downs. Oh! And they give it right back. So we're right back where we started from. I'm telling you, the last time I saw this much back and forth, Serena was playing her sister Venus. So we're under 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. And they just decided to drive it straight forward. And they've got enough to move the chains. And it's going to be a first down for the Mobb squad. What a series we have had. And number 10 has to come off the field, and he has been a linchpin for that offense. They're going to get him rested up. I can promise you that the Raiders, you know, they don't want to see anybody hurt, but they're glad to see him taking a break. And there seems to be a little bit of confusion with the Mobb squad. That tells you all you need to know right there. And there's the blitz. And I believe that's number 12 of the Raiders, and that is, and he gets in there and says, how about some of this? Under 2 minutes remaining in the game. Somebody's got to win this thing. Let's see where it goes. Players checking with the sideline. Number 10 back in the game. They turn it up, and he has a shoestring tackle by 10 of the Raiders, number 5. He's going to be about, 6 yards short of a first. Number 3 has some room to stretch it out, but he's going to be brought down. And there's the flag. And there, wait a minute, they called a horse collar. It's a horse collar. Yep. And that one is going to big time help out the Mobb squad. I thought I saw that, but I didn't want to say it. So now the sticks keep moving in favor of the Mobb squad. And that is the 15-yard variety. So that ball goes to the 30. And we've got a timeout by the boys from Tennessee. We'll be right back. Hang on to your hats, folks. We got a good one. All right, we are back. We have had ourselves a whale of a game. The first half being completely scoreless. And now, as they get ready to come back out of the timeout, 38 seconds showing on the clock. 38 seconds. Will the Mobb squad be able to pull something off to close the chapter on this game? Are we looking at an overtime? I don't know. This is going to be interesting for sure. They got an empty backfield. They put it up in the air. There it goes. Here's the open man. And he only had one to beat. He's going to be inside the 15 to, let's see, they're going to put him at the 11-yard line. So the Mobb squad puts it in the air while everybody's looking for a run. They're mixing it up again. Number 10 goes inside, continues to drive, and he's going to get to, let's see, maybe the 6. And the Mobb squad's going to take another timeout. Let's say, I think they got him at the 7. Nope, ball's at the 6. We've got 17 seconds left in this contest. We've got ourselves, fans, you got to be excited. CW Athletics, Moxie Media Productions. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of Moxie Media Productions, better known as the voice of the Clay Chalkville Cougars. We thank you for hanging in there with us. Right now, this is the game of the day, and we want you to share, hit that like, ring that bell, YouTube, Facebook, do whatever you have to do to make sure that everyone sees this game. And pay attention to the others as well. Lots of great young talent on the field, but this right here has to be the game of the day. Mobb squad threatening. They are at the 6-yard line. 17 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The Municipal Raiders, their defense, will they answer the bell? We're about to find out for sure in just a matter of seconds. Empty backfield once again. There's the shift. He doesn't see the hole up the middle. That has got the coach frustrated. And this is going to be his last time out. He is telling his player there was a giant hole. A giant hole he could have turned up and got into the end zone. 9 seconds remains on the clock. Ball is at the 1-yard line. Well, they're in the huddle. This is probably more than likely for all the marbles. And I would not be surprised if the Municipal Raiders didn't just bring the house, but brought the trailer, the storage shed, the lawn mowers, some of the neighbors' junk, and everything else to do whatever they had to do to stop the Mobb squad. You could not have asked for a better scenario than this to end the contest. To be honest with you, the last time I saw something like this was in the state championship game with Clay Chalkville against Saraland, where Ryan Williams was lined up against Jalen Mbakwe, and the Cougars stopped the Saraland Spartans at the 2. So here it is. And the Mobb squad get into the end zone. It is a touchdown. The boys from Tennessee, with 5 seconds left, get in there and score. Remember that number 10. He had to come off the field. He has been the man for the Mobb squad. And so they're getting themselves set up for the PAT. Raiders coach having a discussion with the officials, and he is upset. I mean, he is good and upset. I would love to be a fly on the wall of that discussion. And look, I'll be honest with you. In games like this, it's very much emotional. When it is this close, there's a lot to be said. And there will be a lot of stories that come out of games like this as to what was fair, what was unfair, right, wrong. But at the end of the day, these two teams laid it all on the field. They laid it everywhere. And no matter what you do, you go back and you tell your boys you couldn't have fought better or harder. And sometimes it just has to go that way. Now, I don't know what at this point can change anything about the outcome. The score is done. It cannot go in reverse. At this point, you know, asking what happened or did a call get missed, you cannot fix that. The officials are trying to explain to them what happened and where it went down. And it's going to go back to that horse collar tackle around the, I guess it was around the 40-yard line. No, around the 45-yard line. That breathed life into the game, or more life into the game for the Mobb squad. And that's probably the primary bulk of the discussion, because that's how we got where we are. Those 15 yards made probably all the difference, but it was what it was. And I know, because I said it looked like a horse collar to me, but I did not want to make the call. The official did, so I was confident that that's what it was, and the official merely confirmed what was going through my head. And it is just that way sometimes. So let's see what happens on the conversion. They look to put it in the air, and it's good. They're looking for the run. They throw it in the air on the fade. Caught by 15. Now, that being said, 5 seconds left on the clock. This game is not over. It is not over. A big play can happen. Anything can happen. To be honest with you, I would tell that team warming up in the end zone, they need to get out of the way, because anything can happen at this point. The Mobb squad getting set on defense. Coaches having a chat with the Raider players. Mobb squad getting set for a celebration, but if I were them, I would put those flags down until they blow the whistle, because that's the kind of game that it has been. So here we go. They're going to set the ball at the 30. Mobb squad has played solid defense all day, but the Raiders absolutely have athletes all over the field, and they can hit you at any time. And you better believe that the Mobb squad knows it. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Here come the players. This is what this tournament is all about. CW Athletics put this thing together to bring the best of the best together. And by gosh, if there was ever an example of what that means, we are witnessing it right now. Moxie Media Productions glad to bring it to you. I am privileged to be here doing the broadcast with you out there on Facebook and YouTube. Hit that like, ring that bell, share, share, share. I've seen a lot of football over the years, and I've announced a lot of games. And this one's going to rank right up there with one of the fun ones. So the coaches are talking to the players. They know what they need out of them, and they know what it means. The officials are blowing the whistle, letting them know that this thing has got to get moving. Official saying, let's go. So here it is. And he mishandles the snap. That's going to do it. That's going to do it. The Mobb squad 8U comes away with the victory after a hard-fought game. Fans, we're glad that you have hung in there with us all day, but we're not done. There is more to come. So, just they're celebrating. Fans, we're glad to be with you. We're going to get ready for the next one. Hang in there. Hit that like, share. Ring that bell. Facebook, YouTube. Moxie Media Productions will be right back with you and the Magic City Smoke Tournament.